Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bonesy's story time. This lovely day, blustery and wild in some ways, but still warm and sunny in parts. And there's lots of flowers out now for the spring. A book I'm reading today is called Willy the Wimp by Anthony Browne. And my good friend Ruth Stuckey requested this. Ruth and I went to high school together many moons ago. And she used to buy our sons books when they were little, and this is one of them. And so it's one of her favourites, and it certainly is one of mine now. So she put in a request for Willy the Wimp. So this is for you, Stuckey. Before I get onto the book, I might mention I'm wearing my Melbourne scarf today because the Dees, or Melbourne, are playing in the grand final. Well, hopefully that's a lucky slip. They're playing in the preliminary final on Friday night, and we're hoping that they're going to get into the grand final, and even more hoping that they might win. Everyone in my family here, Greg and I and our two boys, all barrack for Melbourne. We've been to many matches, but Melbourne hasn't won a premiership, can you believe this, for 57 years. Since 1964, when I was just 10. So some of you might be 10. Can you imagine being as old as me and never having another premiership? I didn't always barrack for Melbourne. When I was a kid, I barracked for Narnagoon because that was our local team. And I thought that was all the barracking that you needed to do. My brothers played for Narnagoon football. My sisters and I played netball. My mum played netball for Narnagoon. And my dad played football for Narnagoon. He was very good. He was a captain and he was very highly respected. But he got invited to go and play for Melbourne in 1931, I think it was. I've forgotten now. And he only ever played the one game because Dick Raftus, who owned the pub and was good in the community, he went to my dad and said, will you come back and play for Narnagoon because we miss you? And they were missing him. So Dad decided to go back and play for Narnagoon, and I think they ended up winning a couple more premierships when he was captain, so that was great. But he was always proud of that game that he played for Melbourne. So when I had to pick a team, it wasn't hard for me to say, well, I'm going to barrack for Melbourne because my dad played for Melbourne. And hopefully we might get into the grand final. As I said, it's been 20 years since we were even in a grand final. And the funny thing is, we were travelling around Australia that year, and we were in Western Australia that last grand final, and we had to go and watch it on telly. This year we're in Melbourne, but the grand final's going to be in Western Australia. But anyway, so long as we win, we hope we win. We've got a great team, and under Captain Max Gawn, who's a great leader, and go Dees. If you're not sure who to barrack for, that's a good team. All right, let's get back to Willy. Willy the Wimp. Willy wouldn't hurt a fly. Willy worried about stepping on tiny insects every time he went for a walk. When someone knocked into him, he always said, oh, I'm sorry, even when it wasn't his fault. Sometimes when he was out walking, the suburban gorilla gang bullied him. Oh, I'm sorry, said Willy when they hit him. The suburban gorillas called him Willy the Wimp. That mean? Willy hated that name, Willy the Wimp. Well, one evening when Willy was reading his comic, he saw this ad. Don't be a wimp. I was a scrawny, skinny-chested, pathetic weakling. Now I can order people about. kick sand in their faces, talk very loudly, lift heavy things, get respect? Do you want bulging arm muscles, tireless legs, a deep chest, a large wardrobe, a magnetic personality? Post this now. That sounds just the thing for me, thought Willy. So he sent some money to the address in the advertisement. He rushed to the door every morning to catch the postman. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Willy when the postman brought nothing for him. But one day the package arrived. This was it. Willy opened it excitedly. Inside was a book. It told Willy what to do. First, some exercises. Then, some jogging. Willy had to go on a special diet. He went to aerobics classes where everybody danced to disco music. Willy felt a bit silly. I kind of think they look cute though. He learned how to box. Oh, brave Willy. And he went to a bodybuilding club. Willy took up weightlifting, and gradually, over weeks and months, Willy got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Wow. Willy looked in the mirror. He liked what he saw. Wow, it's a big change, isn't it? So when Willy walked down the street and saw the suburban gorillas attacking Millie, they ran. "Oh, Willy," said Millie. "What, Millie?" said Willy. "You're my hero, Willy," said Millie. "Oh, Millie," said Willy. Willy was proud. I'm not a wimp. A hero. Bang. "Oh, I'm sorry," said Willy. So Willy the Wimp, I hope you enjoyed it. Willy was still the same inside, wasn't he? So being brave has more to do with what's inside. But I suppose it made him feel better being bigger. But he was still the same person. Hope you enjoyed Willy the Wimp. Go the Dees. Hope you're barracking for them. And I'll see you again. Cheers.